everyone, this is Tom from Adventures at Home. So today I'm going to be replacing this lamppost. About a month ago we redid the foundation. You can see the foundation there around this lamppost. So what we plan on doing is just taking this all apart. We're getting a new lamppost. So today what I'll be doing is I'll be taking this apart and digging the hole for the concrete, which will go underneath the new lamppost. One thing that I'll need to do for this installation is put a direct burial cable in. They sell this at Home Depot or Lowe's or pretty much any kind of hardware store. So this cable is meant to be put directly in the ground. Okay, so I have the post hole digger here, so I'm going to start digging this. I have a tarp here just to keep everything off the grass, to try to minimize the extra work. Okay, so here's where we're at now. So I got the cardboard tube in there. It's a 12-inch tube. As you can see, I poked a hole in it for the conduit. So I've got the wire running through it. Now one thing that I did is I actually ran the wire through it before I glued it together. So that seemed to work pretty well. And I have quite a bit of cord, quite a bit of cable coming out, about 7-8 feet. And then I started running it down. So this is where we're at. One thing you want to do is set this in and make sure it's level before you start putting your concrete in it. Okay, so today I'm going to be putting the concrete in the tube. So I have my old wheelbarrow out here to mix the concrete in, and then I'll just be shoveling it in here. Okay, so one thing I've done is I've positioned the conduit right in the middle of the tube, and I've made sure that it's plumb and level, made sure the tube is level, and I just kind of secure things in place just with the dirt and the mud and the rocks, just kind of pressure fit everything tight together. Okay guys, so I got the concrete in here, and we just put the plate in here. Our last mix here was just a little too wet, so you can see the water coming up. I'm hoping that's going to be okay. But anyway, I think we're in good shape. We did one final check of this plate against the base just to make sure the threaded rods are going to stick out enough, but not too much. Again, you want about a 1/4 inch of that sticking out so that you can get the lock washer and the cap nut on there. Hey everybody, it's been about, I'd say at least 12 hours since we put this concrete in. It's probably more like 16 hours. So anyway, I think it's good and hard now, and what we're going to do today is finish putting the lamppost together, getting all the wiring hooked up on this. The last step will be actually completing the wiring all the way into the house. So about an hour after I poured the concrete in here into the tube, I put this base on here. I just wanted to make sure that these cap screws fit on here correctly, and they do. So I just kind of hand tightened these. So what I need to do is tighten these down nice and tight, and then start to assemble the rest of the lamppost. Okay, so this is what it looks like. And I just took the base back off. So this is what it looks like. Again, it's been about maybe 16 hours. So anyway, it's nice and firm now. So I've run about 7 or 8 feet of wire through here. So that should be plenty. So the next step is get the base mounted and then start assembling the lamppost. So one thing you'll need to do is take the finial. So this top part is the finial. Take this apart. There's just 2 screws, 2 Phillips screws holding it together. And there's some ground wire in there. And this black wire which I'm not sure this is for yet. Okay, so we're at the point where we're connecting the actual lamps to this finial, I believe it's called. So you can see there's a nut there, and you want to run the wires through the bottom of it. So you can see we're pulling all the wires down. So all the whites will be connected to the whites, blacks to blacks, and the red will go with the black also. So there's the
took the bolt off.
We took the nut off, and there's a nut and a lock washer that goes on the inside, as you can see in here. So we're going to get these all connected up right now. Okay, everybody, I just wanted to point out a few things. So you have the photo cell in here, and there are 3 wires coming off. I believe it's a red, white, and a black. So you'll have a red, white, and a black coming out from the photo cell itself. Then each one of the lamps here has a black and a white. I can't probably see that too well. So the one thing that was throwing me is this one long black wire here. The one thing that was throwing me here was this one long black wire. So this is for the photo cell. This is coming off the photo cell, along with one of the white wires here, and I believe the red wire. So anyway, this long black one will go all the way to the base. And there's a long white wire included with the kit here. Yeah, so this long white wire will connect to all of these white wires. And I believe this is correct. I believe this says 5 white wires connect together. Well, this connects with these white wires. And this will go down to the base. And then there's a long ground wire that's connected to the cap. So this goes down to the base. So this ground, this long ground, runs from the top there to the bottom. And that will connect to this ground wire and the ground wire coming out of the ground. So basically, your connections from the supply line will be down here at the base area. And then your other connections will be up here at the top for the lamps. Yeah, so these 3 and this red connect together up top. This black will connect down at the bottom with the supply line coming in from your house. So anyway, that was confusing us for a while. I have just coiled up my supply line. I didn't need this much. I thought it was going to need to go to the top of the pole, but really the connections for the incoming power are made at the bottom here, and it just fits into the base there. You can see the little ground wire coming out, so that's going to be connected to this ground wire here, and also the ground wire that is running through the tube all the way at the bottom there. So that those 3 ground wires will be connected together. And then there's the long black wire and this long white wire. Those will run through the tube from the top down and connect right down here. Okay, so we fed the wires through the pipe. So I would recommend just having these 2 pipes disconnected as you feed these wires through here. Once you get them fed all the way down, you screw these 2 pipes together, And then the next part we're going to do is screw this in. So this, you can see, is threaded. These thread together. And then once that's done, we'll make our connections at the very bottom here. Okay, so I've taped these connections together with the electrical tape. So they recommend that so that these don't disconnect. This bottom base here is screwed on here. Just use your little wrench to tighten these little bolts. And make sure you feed the wire through the bottom here. Okay. And you can see this ground wire is very short. So you're going to have to basically connect this at the bottom. So this is what you'll end up with.
Don't be so mean.
The white to white, the ground to ground, and the black to black. So the helper is very important
Yeah, right.
to this project. So be nice to your helper. Okay, so before you mount this thing, you want to make sure that you tape your connections good with electrical tape, just to make sure these don't come off. So the next thing is to mount this to the base onto the concrete. Okay, so we have the lamp post mounted to the base. So it looks pretty straight. Looks pretty plumb. You can't really put a level on it because it's tapered, but this is what it looks like. One thing we did on the cap nuts, we just put some tape on here and just put the wrench over that so we wouldn't scratch the paint. Well, there it is. We still have to put the finials on. Okay, so I needed to get the ladder here to get these finials on, but I would recommend just put these on before. Okay, so here it is. So it actually came on before it was totally dark, which is fine. So it's still not quite fully dark out here yet. But yeah, this looks really nice. Take a look at the sky. You can see it's still not totally dark out here, but it probably will be in about 15-20 minutes. So it's about 7:35 here in Northeast Ohio. But anyway, there is the lamppost all lit up, and I like it. Seems to be pretty bright. I'm happy with it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please like and subscribe, and have a great day.